I respect everybody until they earn my disrespect. I've been getting a lot of flack because at the beginning of my videos I say that little mantra about respecting everybody until they earn my disrespect. And a lot of you are angry about the way that I talk about OBUNGHOLE. Well, I do respect everybody until they earn my disrespect. That would be OBUNGHOLE. I cannot respect a fraud. OBUNGHOLE is an absolute, provable fraud. 4 names are attached closely to OBUNGHOLE. He's had the name Barack Obama Sobarka, S-O-E-B-A-R-K-A-H. The current name he goes by, Barack Hussein Obama. For the idiots that keep running their mouth about Hussein isn't a Muslim, that's a Muslim name. And he chose that Muslim name. Yeah. Keep telling me he's not a Muslim, you idiots. Then, he's also known as Harrison J. Bunnell. You know, anybody else would be immediately called out as a fraud. Had this been Mitt Romney, oh, he'd have been vetted. Oh, he'd have been vetted for sure. Why? Well, his skin is white. He doesn't have the race card to fall back on, like OBUNGHOLE does. But OBUNGHOLE doesn't have to pull that race card. He's got Chris Matthews and other retards over at CNN, MSNBC, you know, the propaganda machines. So you can't dare question anything about this black man because you're automatically a racist. I got nothing against the man's skin color. As a matter of fact, he's not a man. He's a little skirt. I have absolutely no respect for a piece of shit who hides behind a fraudulent name. And that would be OBUNGHOLE, the illegal alien Muslim dog in our White House. Now, for the people who don't believe, Mike Ronzullo has compiled all of his evidence into one basket now, and he has joined a Georgia case where he's going to expose this. It will come out, ladies and gentlemen. Now, first of all, I'd like to ask a question. If Mike Ronzullo, if Orly Tates, if Albert Hendershot, he would be the skip trace who found the Harrison J. Bunnell name connected to the fraudulent Social Security number that OBUNGHOLE uses. You know, the one that was on his tax forms that he put online for everybody to read, and then people ran his Social Security number and it comes back fraudulent. That would be Albert Hendershot. He found out that information for you. But anyway, if all of these people are slandering, because that's what it is. When you say a man is a complete fraud, he's not who he says he is, and he happens to be sitting in the White House, well, that would be slander, wouldn't it? So why? Somebody please explain to me why just one of these people is not being brought up on slander charges by OBUNGHOLE. Got plenty of evidence. These guys are trying to get their evidence into court. Not a single court in the land will allow this evidence to be openly presented. Every court that this case has come to, they shut it down before any evidence whatsoever is presented. Because if the evidence was presented, it would be on record, and then it would be evidence. Court cases are used as precedents for other court cases. If this becomes evidence in any one court case, guess what? OBUNGHOLE's ass will be bared. for all to see. And he is fighting very hard to keep that from happening. He spends a lot of money to keep you from looking at his Occidental records. He spends a lot of money to keep you from looking into his past that he has so well hidden and buried. Take the time and look for yourself. I'm not asking anybody to take my word for anything. Nothing. What I would like for you to do, all of you, is to look for yourself. Is to think for yourself. Read evidence. Decide whether you believe that to be evidence or garbage. But that's up to you. To take somebody else's word for it is foolish and ignorant. You should be looking for yourself. No matter what thrill up his leg Chris Matthews says, you must look for yourself. Now I'd like to guide you just a little bit. There is a pretty comprehensive package that Mike Zullo has put together from Sheriff Arpaio's Cole Posse team. And I would like for any one of you to discredit the case that Mike Zullo has put together. And if you can't do that, maybe you could tell me why OBUNGHOLE hasn't gone after any of these people for slander. Because these people are slandering him into the ground. If none of this is true, that is pure slander. Is it not? I think I have a little bit of common sense. And that's how I look at things. I try not to have a jaundiced eye. I want to look at both sides of any issue. So when I was looking into the debunkings, wow. Snopes, a husband and wife team with absolutely no experience in investigations, calls Mike Zullo fraud? Really? Mike Zullo has many, many years of detective work under his belt. What does the husband and wife team of Snopes have for experience, for education in the investigative field? I don't think they have anything. I think they are the ones who are the frauds. You see, I do look at Snopes. Until they did Sandy Hook debunking. In the very first paragraph, this husband and wife team contradicted themselves twice. First paragraph. So yes, I do look at both sides of an issue. I like to get all my information before I make a decision. So I'm going to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to look into this for yourself. Have a look. Take a few minutes and have a look at this website. This is the website that you could go to, and Mike Zullo has a comprehensive package put together of all his evidence that OBUNGHOLE is a complete fraud. His name is not Barack Hussein Obama. That's a fraud. Have a look for yourself, ladies and gentlemen, because you are the one who determines what is the truth and what is not. Take the time, look for yourself. Do not take my word for it. Do not take anybody's word for it. I have less than 14 months on this computer. I've never turned a computer on in my whole life. I'm 48 years old, and I have not turned a computer on before 14 months ago. I can find this stuff. So I find it hard to believe that other people cannot find the information. The information, the proof. You have an illegal alien Muslim mutt in your White House, ladies and gentlemen, and it's your job to help me get him out. Now, if just one of you changes your mind about this fraudulent identification issue, I would urge you to grab a member of your family, to grab one of your friends, and to show them the evidence. Just one. If I can get just one of you people to do that, to look into it for yourself, to make up your own mind, to see the evidence with your own eyes. Don't take my word for it. But don't take your brother's word for it either. Don't take your mom's word for it. Don't take your cousin's word for it, if they haven't even investigated it themselves either. Anybody who calls it horseshit without looking into it themselves is a complete fool. So please, look for yourself. When you are convinced that this man is a fraud and you want to know what you can do about it, grab a family member, grab a friend, and show them. At the very least, convince them to look at the evidence for themselves. Stop taking the lamestream media's word for anything. Now, it's coming out that the IRS and the DOJ and everybody else was harassing reporters and news organizations. Let's not forget, Jana Winter, a Fox News reporter, broke the story that the OBUNGHOLE administration warned Fox News to stay away from the further issue. Jana Winter, look her up. Because now you see the DOJ is running up her ass to try to keep her from bringing this truth out. It's not this case they have her on offense about. Now they want to hang her for a case that she exposed that the psychiatrist had a notebook mailed to her from one of these mass shooters. The DOJ seems they think they need to know the source. Her source for that story. It's a major it's a national major. You gotta have that. No, Jana, they just want her over a barrel because she broke the story that OBUNGHOLE and his administration is threatening Fox News to stay away from the birther issue. Ladies and gentlemen, please, yourself. Look for yourself. Don't take anybody's word for it. Encourage others to take a little bit of time and investigate for themselves, and don't take anybody's word for it either. Look for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. America is dying. We have an illegal alien Muslim dog in our White House who stands in front of a graduating college crowd and tells them to reject the voices who tell them about government tyranny. Our founding fathers probably would have shot him right in his face for saying that horse shit. Because our founding fathers all knew that it is our job to look out for that government tyranny. It is our job to put a stop to that government tyranny. But OBUNGHOLE, he thinks he can say ignorant horse shit like this. And he can't. Because the media seems to think that because his skin is black, they can't say anything disparaging about this puke because they'll be called racist. Remember Chris Matthews? Thrill up his leg, punk? Look for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. This is America. Wake up, people. We're about to lose it all. God bless us all. Good luck, America. I think we're going to need it.